Hello everyone, April 28th, 2016. Mandela Effect. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. It's kind of hard to turn your whole world upside down and then say, hey, you still thinking about that stupid Mandela Effect thing? Yeah, I'm still thinking about it because it's a big part of my life and had a profound effect on me as it has many other people. Now, for those of you that are still having trouble coming to terms with this, or I had a lot of comments saying how uncomfortable that my video made you feel. The one where I pointed out about 20 different effects that I have noticed changed, and a lot of you said you remembered all of them the same way I did. At the end of this, I'm going to put a clip from a video that I made in December 8th, 2012, just prior to December 21st, 2012, that might make some of you feel a little bit better. I knew that there was some type of consciousness shift coming, or a raising of the frequency or vibration level that we're on. For some of us, maybe everyone will get there, maybe they won't. I don't know exactly how to explain what's happening. I just know that there is something happening. I'm way beyond the, you just have a lack of attention, or, your mind's playing tricks, or your brain makes assumptions based on incomplete evidence. I've heard it all from people who don't see any changes. Well, of course, they don't see any changes, and they can go point to that and say, well, look, this stuff here has always been this way, and that's how I always remember it. So you're misremembering. You have a problem with your memory. Well, no, I don't, and no one's going to convince me that my memories are all wrong when they line up with so many other people's memories who all have the same exact wrong memories. Like when it comes to the map, where Australia is, and all the different parts of the world that have looked different to me now, I share those incorrect memories with a bunch of other people, and they all misremember them the same way. So there's obviously something going on here, in my opinion. I feel it. So let's get into this here. The Volkswagen, I want to start here. I own a 2012 Jetta, and I don't remember this here the whole time I've owned the car. You see, when my son asked me those questions about the Mandela Effect, I had noticed a few little things like Jiffy, peanut butter, being Jif. I thought they changed the label. Never thought much of it last year. And then some spelling of some words I keep getting corrected on Spell Correct. For example, let's see. Like the word a lot, I remember it as A-L-O-T. Well, now it's A space L-O-T. And dilemma, I remember dilemma is D-I-L-E-M-N-A. It's now D-I-L-E-M-M-A. Definitely is now definitely. D-E-F-I-N-A-T-E-L-Y is how I remember it. It's now D-E-F-I-N-I-T-E-L-Y. I'm not a perfect speller, but I spell these my whole life. This is how I was taught how to spell them. I always spelt no one as N-O-O-N-E. One word. But now in Spell Correct, they want me to separate it. So anyhow, there's those different spelling changes. So getting back to the logos, last year I did some research on the logo on my car because I'm into symbolism. I grew up in a Masonic lodge. My dad and my grandfather, both 32nd degree Masons. I ran around as a little kid with symbolism all around me. So I've always been into symbolism my whole life. I look at symbols, I read into symbols, and I study esoteric symbolism. So I was studying the Volkswagen logo here, and I came across some information about, in Hebrew, the V is equal to 6 because each letter has a numeric value. So this was VVV. The two crossing V's formed 3 V's, so 666. This was the information I was coming across. On the steering wheel is the symbol of the Volkswagen. And I remember tracing out the 2 V's a few times after I was doing the research, saying, this is so cool how they just cross and it makes the V and the W. But with the little line on the top here, where it has a little dash now, you can't do that. So it has a little V on the top and a W on the bottom. They're totally separate now. I was looking at this you know, for years driving the car, don't ever remember that little dash. How could that be? So I go out in the garage. Now there's a little dash. No one came in my garage and changed it. There's something happening where my consciousness is at a different vibration. There's something going on. You know, we're not just in this, you know, linear timeline where we just go through from the past. So that, you know, the past and future and present, they're all one, which is hard to understand because we put time to all this as, you know, our experience. So anyhow, I don't remember the little dash and the VW symbol. Please leave comments down below if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, I know you're going to comment anyhow, but that's fine. If you remember the logos the way they are on the top, then you're not experiencing this effect. I don't know why, but you're not. But a lot of us are. And I don't remember this little curly Q on the F in Ford. I remember it more like it is here on the bottom. Now, I've asked one friend who's a mechanic. He agrees with me. He remembers all the ones on the bottom. The Volvo, he does not remember an arrow. He remembers it like I changed these two on the end here of the 5 Volvo symbols without an arrow. He's never seen an arrow. We're both 40 years old, thereabouts. And we don't ever remember seeing an arrow, ever, in 40 years on any Volvo symbol. I've always been into cars. You know, I used to take engines out of cars back in my early 20s. I've always been into cars. Always looked at logos. No other logos look different to me but these 3. So, you know, I just not sure what's happening, but there's something happening. So I'll go ahead and leave this here for you. I've heard all types of things that possibly could be happening. I don't think that's the most important thing. I think, first of all, just coming to terms with this is a big step for a lot of people. So listen to this here, what I said about 3.5 years ago, and maybe for some of you it'll help you feel better. That's about it for today. I'm going to do some other videos, do some stuff on the human anatomy still. I'm going to do another video where I list like 20, 30 different things that have changed in my memory. And we'll just see where this goes. So that's it for today, everybody. I will talk to you all soon. But a great awakening's occurring as we come to the end of a 26,000-year cycle, as evidenced by this channel alone. It truly is an incredible time to be alive and to be living. I believe that what's coming is a awakening in consciousness, a raising of the consciousness of humanity, an apocalypse, if you will, which means an uncovering or an unveiling. Look it up. That's what apocalypse means. The ancient ones knew the cycles, as above, so below. I believe that time is speeding up and we will continue to vibrate at a higher frequency. People will awaken. Even the dormant ones. Heck, the sheep will even have a chance with what we're transitioning into. And people will start to discover who they are. I'd like to leave you with the words of a Hopi Indian elder. There is a river flowing now, very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel they are being torn apart and will suffer greatly. No, the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above the water. And I say, see who is in there with you and celebrate. Remember, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Link will be below in the more info section to the 2012 Crossing Over a New Beginning movie.